Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's discussion, continuous discussion, okay, on Bhaktiyaloka. And today we are speaking on Niscaya, confidence, part 2. Yesterday we had a very lengthy discussion. And also, I just realized I have not uploaded the video. So I just uploaded. So later you can still view yesterday's video. I have totally forgotten. All right. So anyway, on this day, very auspicious day on 26th February 2025, we gathered here to continue our discussion. Before that, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapana Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachari Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignanadayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Viruda Pasdanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Pada Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanu Gavarayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Suni Dasa Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavibhayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Garatise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hari Om Tat Sat Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnu Bhutali Srimati Devata Tasmamiti Namani Ramacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagragramatani Hari Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. So today, very auspicious day. We are starting the discussion, and supposedly many people are celebrating Shivaratri today, right? So, but actually the Shivaratri is starting tomorrow. So tomorrow according to Vaishnava calendar. Okay, why is that so? It's very simple. See, whenever the Tithi starts, it should start at the sunrise. The sun should rise at Triyodasi Tithi, right? Triyodasi Tithi. So it should rise in that Tithi. That's when the day is called that thing. Example, like for instance, today is what day? Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday. So Wednesday is called Buddhavar. Okay. So when the sun rise, it should rise in the zodiac of Buddha. What they call Buddha in English? If I'm not mistaken, Jupiter. If I'm not mistaken. So when the thing rises, it should rise in that Tithi or the time. That's when this day is called Wednesday, Buddhavar. Similarly, when you look at Sanishvara, okay, that means Sanivar means Saturday. So when the sun rises, it usually rises in the Tithi of Sani Tithi. So that's when. So similarly, when the sun rises, it should rise in that Tithi. That's when the day is called what they call the festival is celebrated on that day. But today, the Trayodasi Tithi starting at 1:30 p.m. So it's already sunrise and starting at 1:30 p.m. So therefore, today it's usually they don't celebrate as a Shivaratri. So the Shivaratri, that means, but the Tithi will prolong until tomorrow 11 o'clock. So that means if tomorrow morning when the sun rises in this Tithi, that's when tomorrow is celebrated as Shivaratri. All right. So there is of course there's two doctrines here, the Shaivite Shivaratri and Vaishnavite Shivaratri. So the Shaivite Shivaratri, they are celebrating this the form of Rudra or Shiva. But we are celebrating the form of Shadasiva, the original Shiva that resides in Vaikuntha-loka. Okay, in during our Gita Gyan program, I did explain about the universal creation. All the universe created, and there's a border between the material world and the spiritual world is place called Kailash. Okay, there's a darker and the lighter. The darker part is called Kala Bhairava, where that the time personified stays there, and Shiva in the time personified, and other side is Sadasiva, the original Lord Shiva in Vaikuntha-loka. And of course, there's the same Shiva that also appears in Vrindavan as Gopishvara. So the Gopishvara is the original Sadasiva expansion, the one and only place, the original Sadasiva expansion. Lord Shiva is very dear to Lord Krishna, and Lord Shiva wanted to come and participate in Rasa Leela dance, the dance of Rasa Leela. So in that Rasa Leela, all the gopis who are dancing along with Lord Krishna are not ordinary people, but the pure of the purest devotees of Lord Krishna. So they come in the form of a feminine feature, gopi, and dance along with Krishna in Rasa Leela dance. Even Mother Mahalakshmi wanted to do that, but she couldn't do it because she couldn't give up opulence, Aishwarya. Right? So there is totally surrendered devotee. So therefore, but Lord Shiva wanted to also dance in that Rasa Leela dance, and Lord Krishna allows it, and Lord Shiva came in the form of Gopi. All right, Gopi, and then dance along with Lord Krishna. And that form of Gopi is called Gopishvara. Gopishvara Shiva. So that is the presiding deity in Vrindavan. I hope that Sadguru Mataji, did you visit the Gopishvara temple? Anyone have visited Gopishvara temple in Vrindavan? Anyone been to Vrindavan?
Yeah, Prabhu, we saw.
You went to Gopishwara temple, Mataji?
Yeah.
How was the temple?
Very beautiful, Prabhu.
Yeah, so that is that original Lord Shiva, Sadasiva. And it's very, very auspicious. And Lord Shiva gives the blessings of pure devotional service. Lord Shiva is known as Ashutosh Bhagavan. Ashutosh means he can easily grant wishes. Okay, easily grant wishes. And sometimes that's why many people are going after him for material desire. Okay, but we are going to him to seek his blessing to achieve the highest perfection in human life, that is to achieve prema bhakti. Okay, so tomorrow, what is that procedure that we should do? We should fast. So the fasting is, we should fast with Ekadasi Prasadam. Okay, we should do the Ekadasi Prasadam. That means we should not take grains, right? Only become a fruitarian and fast. And on Thursday, and at night, then after that, Friday morning, 7:28 onwards a.m., we break our fast. So those who want to reap the full benefit of Lord Shiva, it is advisable to fast. All right, because we are worshipping Gopishvara Shiva. At the same time, if you have any opportunity to go and visit any Shiva temple, you can go there and offer honey, water, and milk with bay leaf, bilva yelling, right? Bay leaf. So you can offer that and pray not for material comfort, pray for spiritual comfort. So today is all the everyone, everything, the so-called devotees of Lord Shiva will be celebrating, and tomorrow they have already done. And so tomorrow will be opportunity for us devotees to exclusively worship Lord Shiva. So all the temples are some or other done. They have already finished the Abhishek and everything. So this thing, all right. But those who are in Ipoh, so the place that is very nice, conducive place to do this Shiva Abhishek will be in North Indian Krishna temple, Radha Krishna Mandir, all right, in Lahat Lane. That place they have a separate altar for Lord Shiva, so you can go there, and the priest is very friendly. You can go there and says that you want Abhishek for Lord Shiva, and he will take you directly and he allow you to Abhishek with your own hand. Okay, those who wants to do that, please keep yourself very clean, wear fresh clothes. After a bath, wear fresh clothes, go there and perform that Abhishek. All right, you're allowed to do that. Other temples, they don't even allow you to go near. So that's the only place. But other places, I'm not sure. You have to find out. Do you have such facility or not? If no, there's no facility, you just can go and put that milk, honey, and also water. And you just can go and put it there and just tell the priest to do the Abhishek on your behalf. But pray for pure devotional service. All right. So with that thought, let's start today's program on Bhaktiyaloka on Niscaya, confidence. So yesterday we had a very nice discussion, all right, on Niscaya, because the confidence is very, very important in any type, in any, even in our spiritual, even in our material life, we must have confidence, right? Yes or not? You must have confidence in your marriage. You must have confidence in your relationship. You must have confidence in your parents. You must have confidence in your spouse. Yes or not? If you don't have confidence, we can't go further in life, even in this material world itself. So therefore, we have to have confidence in our bhakti. All right. So according to, okay, what are the things that we have we spoke about? All right, that we spoke about that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised in Madhya Lila, chapter 20, text 122, 124, and 125. He said it very nicely. Maya Mukta Jivera Nohi, Swata Krishna Jnana, Jivera Krupayo Koilo, Krishna Veda Puran. Vede Shastra Kohe, Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Krishna Propya Sambandha Bhakti Praptyera Sadhana Abhideya Nama Bhakti Prema Prayojana Purushartha Shironmani Prema Maha Dana. So what is this? Maya Mugda Jivera Nahi Swata Krishna Jana Jivera Kripaya Koilo Krishna Vede Purana. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna conscious by his own effort. All right? With our own effort, by to do this through this kind of mystic yoga and mystic kind of practice, we cannot revive our original Krishna consciousness. But out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature. Right? Maya Mugda Jivera Nahi Swata Krishna Jnana Jivere Kripaya Koilo Krishna Veda Purana. So Krishna compiled Vedas and Puranas, right? And also is supplementary. Okay, Purana is actually the supplementary of the Veda. So the Vedic literature gives information about the living entities' eternal relationship. Veda Sastra Kohe. Okay, and what kind of information that he gives? He gives Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Okay, the Sambandha. Okay, what is Sambandha means? We understand Sambandha means living entities, eternal relationship. Okay, eternal relationship that we all have, that we all are servants of Krishna. We are that is it, right? Then after that, the living entities acting on according. That means when you want to build that relationship, that means I know I've got an eternal relationship with Krishna, and I'm developing that relationship. It's called Abhideya. Then after that, that ultimate goal of life. Then while doing this, the ultimate goal of life that we want to achieve in this birth itself is Prayojana. And what is Prayojana? Going back home, back to Godhead. Okay. Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Krishna Prapya Sambandha. So Krishna Prapya. That means your relationship with Krishna is called Sambandha. Bhakti Praptyera. That means the goal of Bhakti is sadhana, right? Then Abhideya. The name is Abhideya. And Bhakti Prema Prayojana. That means to achieve Bhakti Prema, prayojana, that means there's a goal, is called prayojana. All right. And after that, Lord Chaitanya also conclude the verse, Purusartha Shironmani Prema Mahadana. All right. So the goal of all living entities, topmost interest and greatest wealth. Prema Mahadana. Mahadana means greatest wealth. All right. Like Dana. Okay. We use the word Dana. Okay. Dana Matawang. Okay. Ada Dana. That means the wealth. Okay. Berapa Dana you ada. In Malay also we call Dana means wealth. Right. So the greatest wealth is to achieve Krishna Prema. Right. So platform of transcendental loving service unto Krishna. So that was something very interesting that we discussed yesterday. Then, of course, we also spoke about an example that Lord Chaitanya was telling about. An astrologer met a very poor man. All right, he met a very poor man. And after that, he told the poor man, he says, "No, why you're so poor? I see yourself so pitiful and pathetic. All right, but you should know that your father is a millionaire and your father hide the treasure in a place." So after hearing that, that person becomes excited. So that is how this is the analogy of how the Vedas is giving us information that you are the eternal servant of Lord. Your father is very rich and he's the one that controls his entire universal creation and all these things. So we get that first-hand information. All right. Then after that, he says, then after that, he what they call the astrologer, he connects the treasure. See, now let me tell you where the treasure is hidden. Where the treasure is hidden. So he's creating the connection. Likewise, that's how we connect our relationship with Krishna. All right, where are we distinct? Then after that, what they call that's treasure, the astrology giving direction. Now you want to go there, where to find it. And after that gives you instruction where to dig. He said, don't dig in this. If you dig towards south side, the wasp will come out. Wasp means is a kind of bee, right? Like like a Tony, what do you call? What they call in Tamil, a wasp. Wasp. Teni, right? Kolavi, yes. Kolavi, wasp. So Kolavi, that means it's a very dangerous kind of bee. It attacks, it can kill, right? So you go there, wasp will come and drones will rise. So all the wasp will rise and come and attack you, finish, right? Then you will never get your treasure. Then after that, he say you go and dig in the western side. What will happen if you go and dig? If you go to the western side, you dig, you see ghost. The ghost will haunt you, and that's it. You can't do it. You can't even reach the treasure. Then, if you dig in the northern side, there will be a big black snake. It will devour you. It will eat you up. So you can't even do it. Therefore, you go up to the place of east and dig there, and your hand will immediately touch the treasure. Similarly, so what is that wasp is karma yoga. What is the what they call southern side, right? What is the southern side is karma yoga. That means the western side is jnana yoga and jnana yoga. Okay, jnana yoga, speculative knowledge, and the another part is what they call dhyana yoga. This kind of mystic meditation only. So all these three are simply waste of time. Therefore, the Puranas, the Vedas give you instruction. Okay, so that was what we have read yesterday. So quickly, so we have already seen. So with that thought, let's start our today's program. Where is it? Oh, I didn't even order TikTok. Just miss it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. Now, okay. So we have so this is what. So that means then another thing is we also understood of Amaneya. Okay. Amanaya means when a person desires spiritual perfection, here's the conclusion regarding the soul from the spiritual master. His heart becomes pure and he proceeds towards the lotus feet of Krishna. So Amanaya means the commentary of spiritual master. All right, it says that is the topmost authority regarding the goal of life. Okay, one should consider the other 9 realities through this authority. Okay, now let's start today's discussion. Regarding the first reality, okay, what is that first reality we are talking about? We are talking about the 9 realities. Okay, yesterday we even asked this question, right? Okay, what is these 9 realities is all about? What does it these 9 realities all about? Okay, now let's look at what one by one the realities. All right, regarding the first reality, all right, is the Amanaya. Amanaya says that means the Supreme Brahman, Sri Hari, is the only worshipable Lord. Okay, the first reality. The first reality in Amanaya, the instruction and all this commentary, it says the Supreme Brahman, Sri Hari, is the only worshipable Lord. Okay. Okay, now his impersonal conception, like Krishna's impersonal conception is called Brahman. All right, okay, which is nothing but his bodily effulgence. All right. So Brahman means is a bodily effulgence, or in other words, in our layman term, we can call it as like aura. No, we have aura, right? A body, we have aura at the side. So like that. So Krishna's aura is called Brahman or effulgence. Okay. So effulgence is nothing but his bodily effulgence. All right. The Supreme Lord Hari, is one of his expansion become. So the Supreme Lord Hari in one of his expansion became the super soul. All right. Who is that Supreme Lord Hari expanded into super soul? Can anyone tell me? Except Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu is expert. Let's see. Others. Can anyone tell me who expanded into this super soul? Okay, before that question, before you answer that, what is super soul?
Paramatma.
Very good. And from where Paramatma appeared from? Which Supreme Lord Hari, in which expansion he expanded as Paramatma or super soul?
Garbhoda Kasai Vishnu.
No. Wrong. Others?
Kshiroda Kasai Vishnu.
Who said that? Kesavan. Yes. So the one who expanded as a super soul is none other than Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. Okay? Because Garbho Dakshai Vishnu at the bottom from the lotus navel came Brahma and he expanded further as Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. Alright? What is that nature of Shiro Dakshai Vishnu? It has 3 nature. Can anyone tell me? This is open to everyone. Even Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, so you can answer this. What is the 3 quality of Shiro Dakshai Vishnu?
All pervading.
All pervading. Okay, that means he entered into every atom. Yes, he entered into every atom, in every single atom, moving and non-moving. Yes or not? That's when, like for instance, when you look at that, when you look at this cell, neuron, this thing, all is moving, or everything is moving. Everything is this thing because Lord Vishnu expanded as all pervading, all pervasive. He enters into everything. Okay, number 2. What is the second quality? Hare Krishna. What is the second quality? Because this one I have spoke very in so much detail in our Gita Gyan class. What is the second quality of Shiro Dakshai Vishnu? Anyone know? Don't know?
Give a hint, Prabhu.
Okay.
Nirguna,
Kesavan.
Prabhu. Nirguna.
Nirguna means what?
Last time we got studying. Without modes of nature. Without modes of nature.
Nirguna is the quality. All right. It's a natural quality, it's a spiritual entity. All right. Not that. Shiro Dakshai Vishnu After Garbhodakshai, then Shirodakshai Vishnu expanded. Shirodakshai Vishnu have three characters. One is all pervasive. Okay, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu answered that. All pervasive is everywhere, in every atom. What is the second and what is the third?
He is in the material nature, material
Yes.
sky.
It is localized expansion.
Yeah.
We don't say material sky. Of course, it's material, but we call it as localized expansion. And what is it? What does he do is localized expansion?
He is like an embassy for the demigods.
No. I've not heard about that. I'm not sure.
And
What is a
I
localized?
heard a lecture by Jagat Sashi Prabhu.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. All right. What is the localized Vishnu means?
Localized Vishnu is the one we all
That localized Vishnu.
is approachable by demigods, Prabhu.
What is that? So who is he? He's the one in charge of maintenance. All right. Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, the localized expansion. All right. He came to maintain this material universe. You got it, Prabhu? First is all pervasive. Second is localized expansion. That means he's that localized Vishnu, that part of the three Murti. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So what is the third one? That we just read this one. Is the Parabrahman. Parabrahman means what?
Super soul.
Super soul. Exactly. So Shirodakshai Vishnu has three character. One is all pervasive. He's the one who what they call lives in everyone's heart as Paramatma, and he's the one who is also the maintainer of this material universe. Okay, Brahma is the creator, Vishnu the maintainer and the sustainer, and Shiva is the destroyer. All right, the three localized Vishnu. Okay, now where do Shirodakshai Vishnu these days? Where does he live? What is this abode called?
Shvetadipa.
Exactly. Okay, very good. Okay, I'm happy. Good. Sweta Devi. Okay, anyway, let's come back to this. So the Supreme Lord Hari is one of his expansion, becomes super soul or controller who creates, maintains, and destroys the universe. All right. So among the three, he's the one who controls the what they call the one who creates, maintains, and destroys. So Lord Hari is none other than, yes, Lord Hari is none other than Krishna. All right, even though the Shirodakshai Vishnu and all this is none other different. There's no difference about this. The super soul is none other than Vishnu. Okay, and his bodily effulgence is none other part than Brahman. Brahman means the effulgence. Okay, Brahma Jyoti. By discussing the truth about the omnipotent Lord Hari, all right, by discussing the truth, okay, about the omnipotent means what? He has many potential. He's not only limited to one potential. He has many potential. So the omnipotent Lord Hari, all one's doubt regarding the Supreme Lord is cleared. All doubts, okay, regarding the Supreme Lord is cleared. Until these doubts are cleared, one cultivates knowledge by discussing impersonal Brahman as opposite of material knowledge. Opposite to material knowledge. So what does that mean? So until these doubts are cleared, until that Parabrahman is none other, there's no difference between Vishnu, and Vishnu is non-different than Krishna. All these, until these doubts are cleared. All right. So doubts are cleared. One cultivates knowledge. So until then, we cultivate our knowledge first by discussing impersonal Brahman, all right, as opposite to material knowledge. So that means impersonal Brahman, it's opposite of, because material knowledge is matter. Even impersonal Brahman knowledge is still not sufficient knowledge, not sufficient education, but can be started that way. So comparatively, impersonal Brahman is okay. Again, in order to understand the super soul, so again, in order to understand the super soul, that which is the expansion of the Lord, Ashtanga Yoga is conceived. That is why the Ashtanga Yoga is conceived. All right. So what is Ashtanga Yoga means? The eightfold yoga system. So the eightfold, that means you sit in place. You know, it's a very it's mentioned in where? Chapter 6, Bhagavad Gita. You should sit not high, not low. You should not eat a lot. You should not eat less. You breathe in, stop, breathe out, stop. Then after that, stop your air in suspension. No, you suspend the air within your lungs, right? Your eyes look into the nose. I mean, the tip of your nose. You know, you have to do this. You have to make a deer skin. Lots of rules and regulation. But for what they do Ashtanga Yoga, right? To understand the super soul. That means what they do, they go deeper into themselves and try to realize the Paramatma living within the heart. That's why meditation is going within ourselves. Right? We are going within ourselves. Because the Ashtanga Yogi, all the yogis, they like to go and stay in an isolated place. They don't want to see, they want to control their senses. They don't want the senses to run astray. They don't want the senses to have its own independence. Therefore, they go deep into them and find out by not allowing the senses to act. Okay. So because of this, okay, because better than material knowledge is the impersonal Brahman, or to understand the super soul, right? To understand the soul within us, the expansion, which is the expansion of the Lord, the Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who come from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who come from Karanadakshaya Vishnu, who come from Sankarshana, and Sankarshana came from Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Then after that you go, that is the first quadruple, then second quadruple, then you go to what they call, then it goes to Brahma, Balaram, and Balaram to Krishna. So it's expansion of expansion of expansion of expansion, right? So that's why it says. So that means in order to understand the expansion of the Lord, which is the expansion of the Lord, Ashtanga Yoga is conceived. The idea about Ashtanga Yoga created. Only when one is freed from all doubts does he attain unflinching devotion to Krishna. So that means when until a person who free from all varieties of doubts, that's when he attains unflinching devotional service. What is unflinching means? The devotional service that can never be distinct. So that means you start to have a strong faith. Okay. So according to the knowledge of Amnaya, okay, the second reality is considered as follows. What is the second reality? The Supreme Lord Hari is naturally full of inconceivable potency. Okay. The Supreme Lord Hari is inconceivable potency. Okay. Now let's recap. What is the first Amnaya means? That that Hari is the only worshipable. His impersonal concept is called Brahman. All right. And his expansion is actually the super soul who controls, creates, and maintains. Okay. And these personalities are none other than Krishna. First reality. Now we are looking at the second reality. The second reality is considered as the Supreme Lord Hari is naturally full of inconceivable potency. What is it? Naturally. He has so much of power and inconceivable. That means what? Inconceivable means what? We have read yesterday. Conceivable, inconceivable. Can anyone tell me what is conceivable and what is inconceivable?
Beyond our senses.
That is
Material senses.
That is what? Conceivable or
Inconceivable.
Huh?
Inconceivable. You cannot think about him.
Okay, what is conceivable?
He is beyond our material senses.
Okay, what is conceivable then?
What we can know, Prabhu, they said, what is it? Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha.
Okay. That means within our grasp. That means I've got material eyes, I can see material things and I can understand. That's within, that's conceivable. That means can be understood. Inconceivable, something that you only can feel, but it's very powerful. All right, but cannot be understood. Okay, cannot be perceived. Right? So the Supreme Lord Hari is naturally full of inconceivable potency. True one of his potency. That means true one of his potencies, what happened? He manifested an indistinct Brahman. So true one of his potency, he manifested as indistinct Brahman. Indistinct means that means the Brahman, the light effulgent that is keep going, that cannot be conceived. Right? This is actually his impersonal potency. That means one of the potency that Krishna has is impersonal potency. And again, through his unlimited potency, including Brahman and Paramatma, okay, including Brahman and Paramatma. That means Brahman means the effulgent, Brahma Jyoti. Paramatma means the Shirodaksha Vishnu that lives in our heart. That means through this unlimited potency, what he do? Through that, what he does? He manifests his supremacy as the supreme personality of God. So that means he is manifesting his supremacy. He is showing off his supremacy through his unlimited potency, that is including Brahman, the effulgent, and also Paramatma. Everyone understand this? Who don't understand? Thumbs up if you understand. Okay, we even got it. How about others?
Prabhu, please explain that again.
Which one, Mataji?
Towards the end there, his unlimited potencies includes the where is it? Lost it.
He manifests the indistinct Brahman and his impersonal potency. You mean that one?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now let's look at this. So now, okay, now let's look at this. So according to the knowledge of Amnaya, the second reality is considered as follows. The Supreme Lord Hari is naturally full of inconceivable potency. So far, you got this, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that means he's full of that means the potency of Krishna cannot be understood. He's so powerful. Okay?
Okay.
Now, through one of his potency, he got so many potencies, through only one of it, just part of his potency, right? What do you do? Okay, one of his potencies. Okay, he manifested. That means he manifested, okay, as indistinct Brahman. Indistinct Brahman means what? The potency that is indistinct Brahman means the Brahman that cannot be controlled. Just like, for instance, you fall in the middle of the ocean. So you are in the indistinct ocean. That means you cannot see where's the shore. You got it?
Okay. All right.
So you are somewhere. So it's indistinct, so huge, so surrounding you. All right. Okay. So now this Brahman. Okay, what is this Brahman? I said, what is another word of Brahman? It is called. You got it? Do you remember?
Parabrahman is super soul. Another word of Brahman is.
Yes, what is Brahman means?
Brahma Jyoti.
Brahma Jyoti, effulgent. Okay. And what is effulgent in our normal term?
The rays.
The rays, or we call the aura.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Just give you one. It is just like. Okay. It is just like this. Okay. Okay. Can you see this? The yellow color circle I draw.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
Prabhu.
And in that yellow color circle is full of Brahman. And you are
Okay.
somewhere in here, you're stuck here, the red color dot. It's you. So once you enter the Brahman, the inconceivable potency, that means indistinct Brahman, that means it's so huge and surrounding around you. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So what we call this impersonal Brahman, we call this the impersonal, okay? That means this is called the impersonal potency. Why? Because there's no person there. It is only his aura.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Yes.
Impersonal means there's no person. It's only the aura. Okay? And where that person, the person is somewhere. Okay, example. Okay, let me choose this thing. All right. So the person, it is somewhere here. Okay, Krishna is here. And through that, all the aura start to emanate. So this thing. So that means this is called person. This is called person. And this area is called impersonal. That means there's no person here. So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now let's look at this. So now, so it's impersonal potency. That means this is impersonal potency. That means the potency which has no person. Okay. And again, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, true is unlimited potency because you got so many potencies. Unlimited, true is unlimited potency. Okay, true is unlimited potency, which is one of them that includes Brahman. All right, one of his potencies, of course, the light Brahman. Okay, one of it. And second potency is called Paramatma. Paramatma means the personality that lives in our heart, or the supreme Atma. We are Jivatma, tiny, and that is Paramatma, huge. Parama means huge, big. We are Jiva, minute. All right. So that means true is unlimited potency, which is including Brahman and Paramatma. That means that is including Brahman and Paramatma. What does he do? He manifests his supremacy as the supreme personality of God. So that means just one of his millions of potency that he has, that is just by showing off his Brahman potency, which is the aura, impersonal feature, and a little potency Paramatma that lives in our heart. These two, one of the potency, he creates, he manifests his supremacy. He show off his supremacy as the supreme personality of God. Now you got it?
Yes.
You understand, everyone? So out of the so many potencies, he can be the biggest of the biggest, he can be the tiniest of the tiniest. You know, he can simply carry the mountain with just a small pinky finger, all this potency. But just a drop of potency. Just like what happened in Bhagavad Gita. In chapter 9, 10, 11. 11, I think, the universal creation, right? Is it 11 is universal? If you got a Bhagavad Gita, you can refer the universal form. Anyone of you got a Bhagavad Gita with you? Oh, I got a Gita. It's universal form with chapter 11, right? Because chapter 12 is Bhakti Yoga. You can see the front page, the glossary, chapter 1, I think chapter 11, if I'm not mistaken, is
Yes, Prabhu. Chapter 11, the universal form.
right. The universal form, what Arjuna says, oh Krishna, I would like to see your form that you control everything. Then after that, Krishna will say, what is the point you want to see all this? You know, all right. But let me show you just a portion, paraphrasing. Let me show you one of my potency, and through that potency, I control the entire universe. Just one of the most. I'll show you one of my significant potency or something like that. Significant potency. I just show you one of my significant potency. I got so much. I can show you a little bit. All right. Like you're asking a magician, you know, hey, magician, Mr. Magician, David Copperfield or whoever, can you show me some magic show? I got a lot of magic show, but let me show you something. Now I put the point, I put the point on my finger, close, G boomba, poop, disappear. Just like that. I show you only one of my potency. And through this potency, I pervade and control this entire universe. That's when it starts to show its universal form. So that means true is unlimited potency, that is including Brahman, which is Brahma Jyoti, it's one of it. And also Paramatma, he manifests his supremacy. Or in other words, he shows off his supremacy. He establishes his supremacy as the supreme personality of God. Okay. Now, although the impersonal and personal potency are contained in him. So the impersonal, I mean impersonal means Brahman, and the personal potency, this both energy, potential is contained in him, is within him. All right. But the personal potency are predominant. Okay, the personal potency are predominant. Right? So just like example as I gave just now, okay, Just like, for instance, now we have taken up this, right? We have taken up this, there's a huge, okay, this is impersonal potency. Then this one, we call it as a personal potency. The blue color is the personal potency. But despite these both, all right, despite these both, what happened? Although impersonal and personal potency is within him, but the personal potency is predominant. The personal potency is predominant because there's a person. The light around him is effulgent. Every one of you got this idea? Got it?
Yes.
Right, great. All right, now let's continue. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining in this Svetasvatara Upanishad. He's quoting Svetasvatara Upanishad. He says, Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Shruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriya Cha. What it says here? His potency are multifarious. All right. And thus his deeds are automatically performed as natural sequence. Okay. His potencies are multifarious. That means he's got many types, multifarious, multi-department and all this. And therefore his deeds, that means his activity is automatically performed as a natural sequence. All right. Automatically performed as a natural sequence. Okay. So now, example, a person who have many talent. Okay, a person has many talent. He is a karate fighter, right? He's a he's a good singer, good cook, and a very good dancer. Like that, a person has many qualities in him. All right. Suddenly, that person are thrown into the kitchen. He naturally start cooking very nice. When that person suddenly encounter some enemies, since he's a karate expert, black belt, he could just subdue his enemy. But at the same time, when the song is played, and that person is a good dancer, he naturally start dancing. You understand? So that means since Krishna's potency is multifarious, so his deeds or his activity or his action is automatically performed. All right? It's as a natural sequence. Okay, you got it? So now, let's look at the next topic here. The next important stuff here is the spiritual potencies. What is that spiritual potencies? Please underline these three words. The spiritual potencies are known as Sandhini, Samvit, and Ladini. This is very, very important because we are all aspiring to become a pure devotee of the Lord. We should understand. You do not need to memorize this Sandhini, Samvit, Ladini. We are all studying this not to become a scholar, but to appreciate the opportunity that we are having now. Okay, what is that spiritual potency? Number one is Sandhini potency. Second is Samvit potency. Number three is Ladini potency. I think we discussed about Ladini many times. All right. Okay. Now, the Lord's potency of eternal existence, cognizance, and bliss. All right. So that means, what is this three potency means? That means the Lord's potency of eternal existence, cognizance, and bliss. Okay. So in other words, so that means eternal existence is called Sandhini. Cognizance is called, oops, sorry. All right. The cognizance is called Samvit, and the bliss is called, oops, sorry. Okay. The bliss is called Ladini. Okay, the blissful. And we all understand what is blissful listening, right? Yes or not? Ladini Shakti.
Yes, Prabhu. Goddess, I mean, Goddess Rashmi will, Radharani will give happiness to Krishna.
Hmm? What is that? What is Ladini means?
Is the internal energy of Lord Krishna.
Who is that?
Radharani.
Exactly, Radharani. All right. So the
She is the
external.
only one can give the happiness to Lord Krishna.
Correct. Okay. Now, what is Choknizan means? Samvit. What is Samvit means? Samvit means refer to the state of processing or being aware, having knowledge or understanding something. All right. Choknizan means being aware, having knowledge and understanding something. Okay. It is associated with mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. All right. Or in other words, it's also called essentially it's about being aware and mentally recognizing things. Okay, that's what I've just got from the Google because to get an easy understanding, right? So now let's look at this. Okay, now we understand. So the Lord potency is Sandini, Samvit, Ladini. So Sandini means existence, eternal existence. Choknizan means to understand. And bliss, Ladini means to know. Okay, good. These are to know the internal potency, the blissful potency. All right. So these are all known by the pure devotees. Now you understand why we are looking at this. It's all known by the pure devotees. Now, okay, we will also study this as we go on. Now let's look at the third reality. What is the third reality here? The third reality says that Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, is full of spiritual rasas or mellows. Okay. So Krishna has full of spiritual rasa. You know, in Malay also we call rasa. In Tamil also rasane. In Tamil we call rasane. So rasane. So that means we are full of spiritual rasa or mellow. The word rasa couldn't be translated into English because this is something that can never be conceived in English. All right. It's a topmost. So therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he translated rasa as mellow. All right. I think that is the almost perfect word in order to explain rasa. All right. Now it's like this. So by the power of those rasa or mellow, all right, both spiritual and material world becomes maddened. Both spiritual and material become mad. Yes or not? I have that mellow for material desire. I've got a mellow rasa to marry a very beautiful woman. I've got a rasa mellow to enjoy a big house. I got a mellow of this thing. So basically everybody is running around hither and thither like a mad person. Actually, I supposed to take a video today in the morning. In the sky, I saw the birds were flying. Okay, the small birds, they all like that. I thought I want to take, but that time my battery was very weak. So I want to take and share in the group, you know, the realization in the morning. Just like how the birds are flying without direction. One group of birds flying this way, another bird flying that way, another bird is going that way, and they all like making a big ruckus. All right, making a big clunk about. The situation was like so confusing. Like that. Similarly, not only the bird, every living being, especially man, human being, are also doing the same. We are all running around like a mad person. All right. How you can see, you can go to the high-rise building, from there you can see down there. You can see the road. One floor will be going this way, another floor going that way, another floor going that way. In between, there'll be a hearse, you know, the Kreta Maya, right? The dead body. Taking a dead body will be going that side, another side, peep-pom, peep-pom, peep-pom. You know, that ambulance will be rushing to the hospital because someone's going to give birth. One floor going to the funeral, going to the grave, another floor going to the hospital to come to this world, right? Then another fellow will be rejoicing, being a father. Another one is praying, oh, my beloved one going to die. So all this kind of confusion and just like the bird was flying around. So that means, in other words, I just suddenly remember this. The power of rasa, both the spiritual and material become maddened. All right, but the spiritual rasa is amazing. Okay, anyway. So that is the constitution of Lord Krishna. The constitution of Lord Krishna means what? That is the natural tendency of Lord Krishna, rasa. Therefore, Krishna said, I am the source of Brahman. Due to the power of those supreme rasa, right? Rasa are the unlimited varieties. Okay, I am the source of Brahman. And due to power of those supreme rasa, there are unlimited varieties in both spiritual and material world. Right? Both spiritual and material worlds, there's so many varieties. All right? We don't have only one rasa. We have many rasas. That means we have many mellows. Right? If all of us have one mellow, finish. So one floor have this mellow, one floor have that mellow, some or other, all are intermingling. All right? The rasa in spiritual world is pure. Okay? Mundane world is madness. But the rasa in a spiritual world is pure. Okay? And the rasa of this material world is shadow. Okay? The rasa in this material world is actually the shadow. Like this. Okay? For instance, we have the love of someone. All right? But the problem is, in this world, our love is only limited. Okay? Our relationship is limited. Example, at the peak of our youth, maybe age of 25, you meet someone, you fall in love. Okay? And you get married. And you both, the boy and the girl, newly married couple, will enjoy their life, maybe until age of 25, maybe until 35. By then, they may have one or two children, according to their target, 2-3 children. Then 35 to 35 to 45, they'll be working hard, struggling to bring up the children. So the loving rasa start diminishing. All right. And after that, 45 onwards, the aging process start to come in. The body, the face will start to turn into wrinkle. The wrinkle will start. No, everything will start. That means the beauty start diminishing. Right? Then after that, 55 to 65, now is the time for the children to all grow up and all they get married and everything. Then we start to look after the grandchildren, we start again. That means we start. So that means the rasa in this material world, especially the loving rasa, for how long? 10 years? That's what. After the children are born and everything, the rasa will come once in a while. After that, we become very familiar with our spouse. All right? Only the feeling of love, but there's no more attraction. There's no more attraction because both men and women will start to look ugly. All right? Because they start to get old. The wrinkles start to come in and everything start to kick in. So at that time, so that means, in other words, but the rasa in spiritual world is eternal. Krishna is always age of 16, and Radharani is always, she manifests the form in the age of 16. 16, they always look 16-year-old for the entire eternity. And their mellow, their rasa will rise day by day. All right? But whatever that we see in this material is only a shadow. What is that shadow means? Right? As long there's a light there that goes through me, the shadow will manifest. So what is the reality? Me or the shadow? So I am the reality. And the shadow is not the reality. Right? It's what they call is Maya, illusion. So either one of the thing, either me or the light that opposing me, if any of these two elements goes off, the shadow will disappear. So similarly, this entire material world is only a shadow. But we are under the spell of illusion that we start to believe this material world as reality. All right? So that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakura is saying, the rasa in spiritual world is pure. But the rasa in material world is only a shadow. Yet, all right, by the Lord's inconceivable potency, all right, by Lord's inconceivable, means the potency that cannot be understood, unlimited rasa of the spiritual world have been manifest in Vrindavan pastime in this world. That is something amazing happens, right? Yet, all this inconceivable potency, and even though that this material is full of what they call shadow, but the unlimited rasa, the mellow of spiritual world, has manifested in Vrindavan pastime in this world. That's why Vrindavan is the topmost place. That's why we have understood. We have read that in Nectar of Instruction, the place which is beyond, more glorious than Vaikuntha-loka, that is more, that spiritual world, is the place called Mathura. Why Krishna was born there. All right. Then he had a childhood past. Then after that, above Mathura is Vrindavan. Okay, the forest of Vrindavan. Because Krishna had his pastimes there, Rasa Leela dance. And above Vrindavan is Govardhan. All right, it's more pure. And above Govardhan is Radhakund, which is the topmost. So that means all that rasas that manifest in spiritual world were shown, all right, as manifested in Vrindavan pastime in this material world. So the pure spirit soul is eligible for spiritual rasa. So what we can understand from here? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is establishing this. That means the pure spirit soul. That means we are in this conditioned self. But through, when we start to purify ourselves through education and through this practice of chanting, when we start to become pure, and we are also eligible for the spiritual rasa. So to attain that spiritual rasa, that means to attain that spiritual rasa is living entities dharma or duty. Can you see that? Please underline this word in your book. To attain that supreme rasa, to attain that rasa, prema rasa, the supreme rasa. Oops, sorry. Okay. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Continue. Okay. Now, so what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, that means he says that to attain the supreme rasa, that means to actually attain the supreme rasa, raganuga, or this prema, okay, all this rasa, we will study as we go on, okay, is the living entity's dharma or duty. And imagine we realize the secret, you know, we thought our duty is something else. All right, our duty is this, our duty is that. But our ultimate duty is to attain that supreme rasa, not an ordinary rasa, but that supreme rasa. Okay, that is our, to attain the rasa is our ultimate duty. All right, now, a living entity, okay, a living, just give me a second. Let me just like, right. So a living entity attains that on the strength of his devotional service, my dear Prabhus and mothers. A living entity. It is not specifically mentioned a Brahmana. It's not specifically mentioned Kshatriya, Vaishya. Is it living entity? Anyone, he can be even outcast. Okay, we have understood. We have read what is outcast means, right? What is outcast means? Can anyone tell me what is outcast? Who is outcast?
Meat eater and drinker.
Meat eater, drinker.
Very good. Meat eater, the one who drinks alcohol. These are the people who are called outcasts. They can even born in the family of a Brahmana, but if they eat meat and they drink alcohol, they are considered outcasts. So even that kind of people, even barbarians, even aborigines, they can attain to the level of the supreme rasa or living entity. He gave, Bhaktivinoda Thakur giving a general view. That means, in other words, what we can understand, anyone, they can actually attain, all right, to that level on the strength of his devotional service. So devotional service is the basis. So we understand. So what is that goal of devotional service now? What is the reason I want to perform devotional service? Because I want to attain the highest strength the highest achievement, my real duty, dharma, that to attain supreme rasa. All right. But after that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is continuing. But attaining the supreme Brahman is dry or devoid of rasa. Please underline. Attaining the supreme Brahman, that means to merge into the light, it is so dry. And it doesn't have any kind of rasa. And that is never be strived for. Okay. That is never to be strived for. That means Bhaktivinoda Thakur is warning that kind of dry rasa, dry this thing is never to be strived for. It is not worth to work on attaining the Brahmajyoti. There is no manifestation of rasa in the realization of Paramatma also. So like the yogi who sit and meditate and wants to go deep into himself, also there's no such thing rasa. There's no manifestation of rasa. When you even go and do this Astanga yoga and realize yourself, there's no rasa. Okay, that is why you see the devotees, the rishis and the sadhus, I mean all the things, the yogis who meditate in the jungle and everything, they usually look very frustrated. They look very frustrated. All right, there's no rasa. But the only devotional service to Krishna is full of rasa. Only devotional service to Krishna is the only place you can experience the full mellow. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu.
So then they say that if you realize you are Paramatma inside your body, you become Brahmamurta Prasanatma, Atma.
Yes.
And they don't want to leave that. They always think about it, they want to be happy.
Being happy and rasa is two different things, Prabhu.
Okay, very sorry.
No. You asked a good question. So being happy, it is that feeling that comes through external expression. Okay, say like for instance, I'm feeling happy now. How I show I'm happy? My eyes are twinkling. My face looks what they call illuminated. I feel so happy. You know, people say, "Oh, you look so happy," but the bliss or mellow can never be understood. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah,
Sorry. Just like how Babaji, like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he is in great rasa, and he feels so annoyed when people are coming to him and asking for some material boon. Oh, Babaji, Gaur Kishore Das, you know, you are such an elevated soul. Can you come to my kingdom? Can you come and visit us? Can you come and stay with us? Can you bless me so that I can get this government job? You know, in those days, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? And he got so annoyed. And you know what he did? He went and sat in the toilet. In those days, you know, the toilet they carry, midnight soil, the place which is extremely smelly, nasty. I remember, this makes me remember one of my grand aunt, all right? Or she's considered my babysitter. You know, when I was young, there was a person who come look after me because I was very sickly child. I was always coughing, very sickly. And she used to make all these, you know, those days old ladies would create traditional medicine to take out the phlegm from my chest. I remember her. She goes to toilet, she smoked churut, cigar. You know, those days the churut, the Indian churut, cigar. You know, she'll be sitting and coughing. You know, it's already smelly, that place. Of course, because those days it's like they used to shit on the tongue or the pot. And she'll be smoking cigar. And one day I asked, why, Pati, why you go there? Why, maybe call Atta, why you go there, you smoke cigar? He said, just to get rid the smell. Do you smoke? No, I just put. At least the smoke of the smoke will subdue the smell. Okay, I just remembered that. Anyways, out of the topic. So, the Babaji goes and sit there because he doesn't want to associate, because that place nobody wants to come and visit. They just go there, do business and run away. They don't like to stay there and see. So he would sit there, people knock, tuk. You know, sometimes they close the doors, tuk. Babaji, Gaur Kishore Das, Babaji, please come out. Then he said, no, my body is full of disease. I'm having disease. Don't come and disturb me. And then he said, no, Babaji, I'll have some medicine for you. No, get lost. I will never come out. There's a pastime of Babaji Maharaj. Very nice, very nice. That's all this. So they all attain that rasa. The mellow is within the thing and can never be expressed it out. They are fully satisfied. Prabhu, you asked a wonderful question, Prabhu. Anyway, so devotional service to Krishna is full of rasa. So while considering the fourth reality, right? So while considering the fourth reality, the Amnaya says that the living entities are minute particles of the spiritual son Krishna. Okay. So that means now we are looking at the fourth reality. Amnaya means what? The instruction from our acharyas, right? The instruction, right? The conclusion of the Vedas, right? It says that, okay, the fourth reality. What is that? The living entities are minute particles of the spiritual son Krishna. See, now when you see, especially when you see the morning sunrise, the sun is there, the rays are there, you can see a lot of particles, dot, 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 you can see. Like that, we are the minute particles, all right, of Krishna. Okay. And secondly, they are innumerable. That means they are many. It's not only one. So what we can understand from here, you and I are not one. You and I are not one. We are all individual spiritual souls. Okay, we are all individual spiritual souls. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, the opulence of the absolute. What chapter is this? If anyone who got a Bhagavad Gita, what is the opulence of the absolute? Anyone got a Bhagavad Gita with you?
Chapter 10, Prabhu.
Chapter
10.
All right. What is chapter 13?
13 is nature, the enjoy and consciousness.
Nature, enjoy, the consciousness. Yes. In that nature, enjoy, and consciousness, when you look at this, is it nature, enjoy, and the consciousness? Okay, let's look at 13 verse 17, right? In chapter 13, text 17 of Bhagavad Gita, it says, Avibhakta cha bhuteshu vibhaktam eva cha stitam bhuta bhatir cha tatneyam grashishnu prabha vishnu cha. Although the supersoul appears to be divided among all beings, he is never divided. He is situated as one. Although he is in the maintainer of every living entity, it is to be understood that he divorces and develops all. So what does that mean? So that means, see, now we understand from here that we living entities are minute particle of Krishna and they are innumerable. In other words, you and I are different, are individual living entity. But the Paramatma within our heart, even that you have your Paramatma, I have my Paramatma, and every one of us got our own Paramatma, but this Paramatma is not divided, but it is considered one. How to understand that? Do you all understand my question? If you understand my question, put a thumbs up. If you don't understand my question, unmute and say you don't know, or send a message.
Krishna Babu, can repeat the question, Babu?
See, in this says that all of us are minute particle of Krishna. So that means we are all different. That means you are different, I am different. Innumerable. Okay? Even though we come from that same sun, but these particles are different. Innumerable. That means many, many types. So far, so good?
Okay, Babu, understand.
That means you and I are not same. You are an individual, I am an individual. But in Bhagavad Gita, that just now the verse I read, it says that even that you and I are different, but Paramatma in you and Paramatma in me are equal, same. The Paramatma in Charanlakshmi Mataji, Paramatma in Karpya Saraswati Mataji, Paramatma in Lusan Chang Mataji, Paramatma in Kesavan Nanda Mataji, all of them are same. But as an individual soul, we are different. But the Paramatma is same. You understand my question? But the question is, how to understand that?
Like the analogy of the tree, Prabhu. And the two birds. One bird is enjoying.
But the thing is, your bird and my bird are same. The bird that watches upon you, the individual bird is different, but the bird that watches upon that bird is same.
Yes.
But when
Prabhu.
I say you and I are different because we're individual, but the thing that watches upon us, that Paramatma in our heart, is same. How to understand that? Others, do you understand my question? Come on, please put thumbs up because 10:21, a lot of things to discuss. Make it quick. You understand or don't understand?
Understand, Prabhu.
Okay, how to, all right, everyone. Rusan Chang, do you understand? Mataji? Rusan Chang, Mataji?
Half.
Huh?
Yes, but no.
Understand yes means what do you understand?
Because we are all inside of us got a Paramatma, but we
Okay.
are different way.
Correct. Because we are individual soul, we are different, correct?
Yeah.
But Paramatma is same. Yours and mine are same.
Mm-hmm.
How to understand that? Do you know?
To serve the Lord. And
Huh?
then social service, and we get a full Rashtra.
No. It's not that. My question is like this.
Mm.
All right. Because this is very important. And I just want to explain this. All right. For instance, okay, let's look at this. Okay. So this is, okay, this is Atma. Okay, can you see the thing I drawn? Can you see the, okay, I just will use this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now like this. All right. This is, okay, this is, all right, this is soul, you, all right. And above the soul, there's okay, okay, I just put like this. All right, it's like this. Okay, now the thing is, the blue color is you, the yellow color is Paramatma. So the blue color, you and I are different, but the yellow color, yours, mine, and everyone is same. Okay, how to understand that? The verse from that Bhagavad Gita, how to understand that? Got any idea?
Can I answer, Prabhu?
Yes, please, Prabhu.
What about the first verse of Upanishad, Isopanishad, Prabhu?
Okay,
Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnasya, Purna Evavasiside.
fair enough. So, how we can understand it better?
That means any amount of Paramatma's come out also, Krishna still says the same.
Correct. But now, it looks like my Paramatma is mine, your Paramatma is yours. But the ultimate understanding is your Paramatma, my Paramatma, and everyone's Paramatma is one. Looks divided, but it is one. How to understand that?
Same, Babu.
Sorry?
Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnasya, Purnam Evavasiside.
Yes.
So what? How much Paramatma comes out also, Krishna says the same.
Now the word that you use is how many Paramatma comes out is still the same.
Yeah.
Mention that. But now in this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says There's no how many Paramatma comes. There's only one Paramatma. But that one Paramatma is in everyone's heart. How to understand that? You understand my question?
There is no difference between the super soul and the supreme soul.
Both are same.
Prabhu?
Super soul, supreme soul, both are same, yes?
Yeah.
But now you have it, I have it, but it's only one. How the one expanded? Okay, let me explain. Now, it is like this. Example, say, now, that, okay, now I just draw. Okay, now for instance, this is a moon. Okay, I draw in this color because for you to see clearly. It is moon. How many moon is there? How many moons are there?
One.
One moon. All right. And now, under the moon, we have many pots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Got so many pots. Yes or not? So the pot is filled with water. Okay. The pot is filled with water. So when the pot is filled with water, what happened? There is a reflection of the moon in every pot. You all got it? There's a reflection of this moon in this pot. There's a reflection of this moon in this pot. There's a reflection of this moon in this pot. Yes or not? In every pot, small pot, there's a reflection.
Yeah.
So that means, is the moon is divided? No. It is a reflection in every pot. Or when you see bubbles, when you play bubble, you play, there's a lot of bubbles around. It looks like the moon appears in every bubble at night. My logic? Do you understand?
Yeah. Prabhu.
So like that, Paramatma is one, but it is everyone's heart. It is just like this. But of course, this I'm talking, giving an analogy of reflection. The moon is in every pot or every bubble, but the moon is only one. The moon is only one. Similarly, the spiritual potency Paramatma is only one, but it also appears in every one of our heart, in everyone. Because Vishnu got another name called all pervasive. He's in everyone. He's although one, but he expanded, entered into everything. Just like how the moon reflects into all the body of water. Okay. Rusan Mataji, you understand now? So this is an individual pot. This is an individual pot. All these pot are different size and individual pot. But the moon is in every pot as a reflection. But of course, it's a material term, reflection. But Krishna, there's no reflection. He's omnipotent. Okay? Do you all understand?
What we see is a reflections, or I will react or will behave.
No. The Paramatma, I'm just giving an example about moon. The moon is material energy. We see it as a reflection. This is an analogy I'm giving. It's just an example. But in reality, the Paramatma is all omnipotent. It has many potency. So it can appear in every one of our body, but it still remain as one. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, you all got it? Thumbs up. If you don't get it, I can explain again.
Yes, Prabhu. Understood.
Very good, Mataji. Very good. Another person who's the one thumbs up? Nanda Devi Mataji. Okay, great. Rusan Mataji. Because Rusan Mataji is my benchmark.
What is benchmark?
If you understand, I assume everyone understand. You got the idea, Mataji?
Yeah. This is typical, the moon one. So the Baba Mama and leading the soul, okay, that one I can get it.
Very good. Very good. Fantastic. Okay. So because this is the topic, confused. I don't know how to explain. Then I remember I walked in this polo ground or something like that. So, internet connection is unstable. Okay. So, when I went for the polo ground and the day was like a full moon and the children were playing that bubble, they blow the bubble and the entire padang all full of bubbles. Then there was a moon shine. Moon Anyway, okay. So we need to understand this thing so that we can appreciate every living entities are minute particles. They say they are innumerable. There's many. As the now then after that, as the spiritual world is manifested by Krishna's chit or spiritual potency. So the word chit, C-I potency. Okay, please underline the word chit. Chit means spiritual potency. So the spiritual potency manifesting the spiritual world. And as the material world manifested by inferior illusory energy. All right, inferior. Manifested by the portion of spiritual energy. Okay, so that means the chit potency or the spiritual potency manifested as the spiritual world. All right, the material world is manifested by inferior illusory energy. Okay. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Vaishnava Prabhu. Prabhu.
Is a chit potency same like cognizance, bro?
Cognizant.
You know,
Cognizant is just like
earlier you used
understanding.
Cognizance, bro.
Cognizant means understanding.
Samvit.
Samvit means what?
You say cognizance.
Okay, now we spoke
Eternity, cognizance, and bliss.
Okay, yes.
Is that same like chit potency, Babu?
Chit potency is spiritual potency.
That's knowledge.
Okay, let me see. Huh? I got distracted actually. Correct. Okay. Now, the Lord's potency is eternally existent. That means eternal existence is Sandhini.
Yeah.
Cognizant, to understand the subject is Samvit.
That is knowledge, Babu.
Knowledge, yes.
So chit is also knowledge, Babu.
Chit is spiritual.
But knowledge also, Babu.
Yes, knowledge also, but we don't call it a cognizant. Because cognizant is a what they call? It is a specific word.
Okay.
We can say the spiritual as Ladini.
Yeah.
Internal potency. But we don't use that for this manifestation. We call spiritual manifestation. Because when you talk about spiritual manifestation, Prabhu, we also can go into like spiritual potency create that means we talk about as the spiritual world is manifest by Krishna's potency, Krishna's chit potency or spiritual potency. So now when we dissect that chit potency, all right, there is Vaikuntha-loka and there is Goloka. You got it, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So what is Vaikuntha-loka? Vaikuntha-loka, the chit potency can be divided into two, Aishwarya and Ladini. So the Vaikuntha-loka is all under Aishwarya. Opulence.
Oh,
right? And
okay.
Mahalakshmi. Opulence. Aishwarya. And above that, we are talking about Ladini, that is Radharani. So the Goloka, Vrindavan and all this, who is in charge, who is the person, is Ladini or the internal potency of Krishna.
Okay.
So when you say chit as this, we cannot, because the chit also can be divided. It also can go deep into that understanding. You understand?
Yeah.
So that means we just say chit potency is Krishna's spiritual potency. right?
Okay.
So we cannot specifically, it can be said also that, but here, but specifically, we cannot use that word because in spiritual world, there's two division also. Goloka Vrindavan and Vaikuntha Loka.
Yeah.
So Ladini Shakti under Srimadi Radha, Aishwarya Shakti by Srimadi Mahalakshmi. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, okay. So now, so as the material world is manifest but inferior, right? All right. What is inferior means? What potency is this? Achit. So chit is spiritual. When you put the A in front, achit. So that means it is material world manifested by the inferior illusory energy. Inferior. Okay. Remember that we have three energies. Okay. Anyway, before I come there. So inferior energy and the living entities are similarly manifested by the portion of spiritual energy. Right? So what does that mean? So inferior energy is what?
External energy.
Okay. That means we are talking about inferior. Inferior means material. All right. Material, or also can called as external energy. Remember in Bhagavad Gita we studied this. Yes or not?
Prabhu, can we see
Yeah.
marginal energy?
Yeah, I'm coming there. Try to. Now, let's look at this. First, we call as inferior. Is the word visible? Is it too small? Can you all see that?
Can.
Not too small, huh?
A bit smaller.
Because the word the phone 24 is very big. Okay, now let me put it here. Okay, one is inferior. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Or an inferior energy. Right? Now we are talking about inferior energy. Also known as margin. So it also known as, it is known as material energy, and also known as
External.
external energy. That's external energy of the Lord. You got it? All right, inferior energy. Then, secondly, we have the third thing is called spiritual energy. Okay, we also call as internal potency. Okay, and also called as, also can call as superior energy. All right. So that is the thing called chit shakti. You got it? But we living entities are stuck. We are in the middle. In the middle. So we are marginal energy. Marginal energy. All right. So this is called living entities. Living entity. So we are called the marginal potency. Why we are called as marginal potency? Because we have a combination. We have a combination of, okay, because we have got a combination of inferior energy and also superior energy. We are combined. That means Our body is made of matter, which is inferior, and we as the soul are the spiritual energy, which is called superior energy. So inferior and superior, we are in the middle. Therefore, we are known as the marginal potency, marginal energy. Do you get it? You all understand?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice. All right. Okay. Now we understand. Okay, where do we stand? Okay, if you don't understand, please go back to the video again. All right. Anyway, so that means we understand as the material world is manifested by inferior energy, which is also called illusory, that controls by Maya. Number two, first thing is the spiritual is manifested by Krishna's spiritual energy. And we living entities are manifested by portion of the spiritual energy. And also portion of material energy. That's why we are called as marginal. So Krishna's spiritual form has all qualities in full. Krishna's marginal form, they have all the entire qualities in complete order. And those qualities are naturally present in the living entities. Look at that. In minute quantity. So what we can understand? So Krishna's spiritual form, the spiritual form of Krishna and the qualities are complete, are full. And these qualities also is in us. We also have the same quality. And how? Naturally present. It's naturally there in us. All right. But the thing is, we have only small portion, minute quantity. All right. Like, okay, one example. The king has the huge vast of wealth. All right. Maybe the king owns the entire wealth of the country. All right. What is the wealth of the country? 100 billion US dollars. The entire wealth belongs to the king. Right. And personally, king also has innumerable wealth, tons of money and gold and cars and everything. All right. The king. But we also have wealth. We have a house, we have a car, and a little bank balance. So what are the difference? The king has it in vast, but we as an individual citizen, we have in minute situation. You all understand? You all got that idea? Do you understand the analogy? Sometimes they say I'm giving so much of
very
this analogy. You know? So I hope that I'm not getting astray because I'm giving all this kind of analogy. But the most important, you understand. You got it? All right. Now, in minute. So the independent nature of Krishna is found insignificantly in the living entities. The independent nature of Krishna. The Krishna is independent, and we also have that kind of independent attitude and character. All right, insignificant. That means found it so much. All right. For this reason, the living entities claim to be independent. That's the reason that we are all saying, I am free, independent. As the result, all living entities have developed different propensities. By this, they have created different propensities. I am independent, so I can do whatever I like. Then another person says, no, I got independent, I do whatever I like. So like all these different kind of propensities are developed because of that independent mindset. By one propensity, that means through that one's propensity or character or thing, the living entities searches for his own happiness. So according to his understanding, according to whatever that propensity that he has, he starts to look for his own happiness. And by another propensity, he searches for Krishna's happiness. Okay, that means by having another propensity, he also searches for Krishna's happiness. Thus, living entities are divided into two groups. Therefore, the living entity divided into two groups. That means those searching for their own happiness, number one, and second, those searching for Krishna's happiness, karmi and devotees. You all understand? So when I have my propensity, I search for my own happiness. All right. Then now I'm creating another propensity to find out what is Krishna likes. All right. So that means the living entity divided into two groups. One is the one who looking for his own happiness. Number two is looking for Krishna's happiness. So we all first became a devotee because we want to find our own happiness through some kind of devotional service or through some kind of bhakti. Right? I love to listen to song, and suddenly when they start to have, and I don't like to listen to the radio, I like to have live music. So suddenly I see this group of devotees are banging the drum and the gong and chanting happily on the street. Hey, this looks nice. And they look happy. They say, okay, I'm looking for my own propensity and I love to listen to live music. So I became a devotee. Right? Or sometimes I'm fed up with food that I'm eating. Everything's stale. The food. Then suddenly, okay, why not? I go and try out some vegetarian delight. Come and try prasadam. I get attracted to prasadam because my own propensity of satisfying my tongue. Oh, I got another propensity. I'm a very lazy person. I hate cooking. And since these Hare Krishna people are giving free meal, why not I go there and eat for free? Others have to pay. Restaurant I have to pay 10, 20 bucks. Here I don't need to pay anything, free. Why not I go there and eat? So the own propensity of being lazy and try to save some money, I come to Krishna just to eat. So like that, we are all came to Krishna with our own propensity. But after we come here, we got our self-realization. And through that self-realization, now we developed our consciousness because our consciousness is an illusion. We were in cloud 9. We were hallucinating, thinking that everything around us is us. Everything that belongs to me. I am the doer. I work for it. The success is mine. This is my children. Came from me. This is my house. All the things we have. But once we come here, through the purification, through that understanding, by little devotional service, right? And by little chanting, by little reading, our consciousness, our polluted consciousness start to recover. So we are in amnesia. You know amnesia, right? When suddenly people hit, you forget the past. We were all in amnesia. We were in hallucination. We forgot everything. All right? But now we start to come back, or we start to regain our consciousness. I start to remember my past. And what is that past? Just like Tarzan. When a baby, the fellow lost in wilderness. And the Tarzan thinks the gorilla is the parents. And the brother and sister all gorillas. Right? He'd go jump from one tree to like that, he screamed. That's the example, analogy. So we all like a Tarzan, we forgotten. But suddenly someone came in front. Actually, you're not a gorilla, you're a human being. All right? And start to get him dressed and bring to the town. When he came to the town, he started to realize he's the son of a very rich person. All right? Like that, we are forgetting all the things. That means our purification starts and we are getting purified and we are becoming, our consciousness is getting purified. And through that purified consciousness, then we realize that my ultimate goal of life, not to fulfill my desire, but to act in such a way that Krishna likes. Because Krishna is the root of all. That means I know when I want to water the tree, I don't water the branch. I don't water the leaf. You know, the tree, I just go and water the plant. Hey, plant, you're dying now, I give you some water. No. You go and water the root. When the root is happy, the entire plant is happy. When I'm hungry, I don't take the rice and put into my eyes. I don't put into my nose. I put into my mouth so that the food will go to the root of my existence. So once my stomach is satisfied, my whole body is satisfied. Yes or not? So like that, then we start. That means we are looking at another propensity to please Krishna. All right? So the living entities are divided into two groups. The one who's searching for his own happiness, those who are searching for Krishna's happiness. All right? But those who search for Krishna's happiness are called Nitya Mukta. All right? Nitya Mukta. That means eternally liberated. Nitya means eternal. Mukta means liberated. So once we have taken up this path, you have already liberated. That liberation that you need to practice so much of hard work, meditation, do a lot of charity. Even you cannot achieve that. But once person who search for the Krishna's happiness, how can I satisfy Krishna? They are known as Nitya Mukta. They are eternally liberated. But those who search for his own happiness is called Nitya Bandha. Nitya Bandha means what? Nitya Bandha. Nitya Bandha means eternally bonded. In this regard, all inconceivable nature are under the subordination of spiritual time. That means in all the inconceivable nature are under the subordination, under the control of spiritual time, kala, the time. Right? The time factor, now this is very important. Krishna says, I am kala in Bhagavad Gita. The time factor is the spiritual nature, is a state of eternal present. Right? But in the inferior illusory energy, there are 3 states of existence. So that means in spiritual factor, time factor, it is always eternally present. Everything is forever. But in inferior, that means in this material, inferior means material nature, just how we explained. Inferior material nature, which is illusion, there are 3 states of existence. Number 1 is we have the existence of, right? We have the existence of the past, present, and future. We have 3 states of existence: past, present, future. In spiritual, same. When you go there at the age of, when you go there, appear there at the age of 16, you are going to be very beautiful, young looking, lustrous, beautiful, drop dead, gorgeous, and you remain like that forever. There's nothing that coming back, nothing that you're going to fall back again. Once you're gone there, one-way ticket. Once you're there, that's it. And there is eternal time, Nitya Kala. But here is, there's a past, there's a present, and there is a future. So whatever consideration arise in this regard, whatever consideration, okay, whatever things that you think, okay, consideration that may arise from this regard, if related to the spiritual time factor, then no doubts will remain. Okay, if the things related to the spiritual time factor, then there's no doubt will remain. But if seen otherwise, that means if we look at a material point of view, then doubts will remain. There'll be always doubt will remain. Why did the pure spirit soul search for his own happiness? Now the question Bhaktivinoda Thakura is asking, why did pure spirit soul search for his own happiness? Why? Right? Why does he look for his own happiness? What is the reason? Okay. If one puts forward such question, then doubts arising from material time factor will manifest. Okay. If one puts towards this such a question, if someone asks this kind of question, then doubts arising from the material time factor will manifest. So material time factor means past, present, and future. The thing will come out. Okay, why? Why we have to look for this thing in the past, in the present, or in the future? Now I'm working so hard, right? Like I'm studying so hard. I'm working so hard. So in the future, I can be happy. There's a time for future. In the past, I was very poor. In the present, I'm working so hard. So in the future, I can be rich. You all understand? The time factor will manifest. So, and the time factor means if I work hard, does that mean that I can be rich in the future? Doubt will arise. Doubt will arise. Can I do it? Right? Right? Or sometimes we say, hey, come on, this business doesn't suit you. Right? The business department in this country is controlled by the Chinese. But you as an Indian, can you make it? Really? Yeah, sure. So you have to make sure you befriend a Chinese. Join them. Or if you want to get some kind of contract and all this, you befriend Malays because they are the one who control the government. Right? So, but that also not necessary. When it comes to their own race, they will give the benefit to that. But you get nothing. Really? Yeah. So the doubts, it's always doubtful. In anything in this material world is full of doubt. Can you do it? Before there's also a term, before you have qualification, you must have qualification, you must have the right skin color, qualification. Doubt will arise. Right? So that means if one put forward why in material world, that means spirit searching for his own happiness. When he start to search for his own happiness, there'll be always doubt. Am I leading the right way? Am I putting up the right thing? I am in such practice. Is this practice is correct? So all these kind of things will arise. The doubts will arise. When the doubt is there, there's no happiness. You all understand what I'm saying? All right? But if one can give up, such a doubt that he can perform devotion, that means if one give up such a doubt, when he give up, then only he can perform devotional service. Otherwise, there will be only a series of argument. If one can give up such a doubt, then only he can perform devotional service. Because in devotional service, every act, there's no past, there's no present, there's no future. There's no qualification, there's no qualification. Because we do not identify ourselves with body. I don't identify Rusan Chang Mataji as Chinese. I don't identify Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu as a medical specialist. I see everyone as the eternal servant of the Lord. When we have that kind of thinking, there is no doubt and there is no trouble. And at the same time, we know that just by serving each other, despite of any kind of body that we are in, but when we simply serve the Lord in these regards, I do not need to look for my own happiness. By making Krishna happy, I naturally become happy. Because Krishna is known as Rishikesha, the master of senses. When the master is satisfied, we are all naturally satisfied. All right? But because of this, that means when we can have that means there's no argument. There's no such thing argument. There's no room for racism. Indians are like this, Malays are like this, Chinese are like that. There's no room for racism. There's no room for betrayal. All right? Because I have nothing to expect from you. And you have nothing to expect from me. But all of us are talking and discussing how we can serve and please the Lord. So there's no betrayal, there's no backstabbing, there's no argument, in other words. All right? There's no argument and there's no debate. You are doing right, I'm doing right. There's no debate. Because we understand that each and every one of us are individual spiritual soul. And we serve Krishna according to our individuality, according to our understanding, according to our nature. Right? When someone who are like this, suddenly you ask them to go and wash the toilet, he can't do it. When a person who can wash the toilet by nature, he can do it. But when the problem starts in the temple, when we start to generalize, when that fellow cannot do, why he cannot do? When this person can do, why he cannot? We should not generalize. There's a big upra, there's a big offense. Until the devotee realize their constitutional position, what is the nature? I give you a good example. Many months ago, I gave a class in Ipoh, in his Ipoh center, okay, for Sunday program. And there's one boy, Madhav Krishna's son, I forgot his name. Right? There's a devotee boy. And I was talking about your nature of service. Then after I delivered the class, that boy asked me this question. So Prabhu, what is my nature? What is supposed to be my nature to serve the Lord? And I said, you have to find out. But eventually he found out. His nature is to do Harinam Sankirtan. His nature is to go to every house and do Kirtan and encourage them to take up devotional service. That means, in other words, his nature is evangelic work. Evangelic work. Go out and preach. But recently, his aunt, his mother is not well, he went into paralysis. All right, because due to some uncontrolled situation, she became paralyzed. And for the last 2 or 3 weeks, he didn't come to temple. Every Sunday, he didn't make it. Including, he also committed for one of the important tasks during Thaipusam. He also didn't make it. All right. So after 2-3 weeks, because every Sunday after the Sunday program, 3 of them, Keshavan, Vivan, and there's a senior devotee mentor, Kundri Kaksham Prabhu, and this boy. What is his name, Vivan? What the boy's name?
Theban and Gopi. Theban and Gopi.
With a mustache.
The one is a mustache or beard.
mustache, the whole thing. You know, that day he came to my mother-in-law's house. What is his name?
Theban.
Theban, all right. So this boy, and wanted to come. Didn't make it. He's supposed to take up the task, he didn't make it because the mother was paralyzed and everything. So he was like, let me see. But last Sunday, that's few days ago, suddenly he came. He came. Then I just thought, oh, maybe he's just coming for Sunday program. He came. Then after that, he went and told Vivan, because Vivan told me this. He said, I'm totally dry. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to join you Harinam Kirtan today. Yes or not, Vivan?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
He
Prabhu.
said, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't control myself by not doing the kirtan. That is nature. So, what we do, we cultivate that nature. Even Kesavan and that boy Theban are going every Sunday without fail after the program. They just simply choose one devotee house just for a solid 2 or 3 hours. Visit 2 or 3 houses. Just go to one house, half an hour, then go to another house, half an hour, 15 minutes, like that. But they are consistently doing that is their nature. Right? So when that kind of person, suddenly I called Theban, I said, can you go and wash all the toilets, all very dirty? He may do it, but he may not be very enthusiastic. But sometimes we ask people to come inside the kitchen to cook. You know, they can do, but they won't be enthusiastic. They can get frustrated because that's nature. So we have to serve Krishna according to our nature. So when we are all serving the Lord according to your nature, that means I'm seeing you as a natural servant of Krishna. I have nothing to argue with you. I have nothing to betray you or backbite behind you or to say something bad about you or to create some kind of racism. There's nothing. Because we are all in singular mode of Krishna Seva. But Rupa Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also giving another warning. He says, if arguments are related to the inconceivable nature, right? When there's an argument, comes to inconceivable nature, that means the nature of spirituality. There's something that there's any argument in there. Because there's no doubt, there's no argument. Correct or not? There's no doubt, there's no argument in spiritual life. But if there is argument, what will happen? Anarthas arise. Anartha means all the unwanted qualities will arise. What is the example unwanted? I'm a good cook. You know, this Sunday only I cook. I'm giving a fantastic class on Sunday. Only I can give class. You know, I am the one who decorate the puja. That means why you are involved in that inconsiderate, when there's argument, he says, who are you telling me? You know, you are trying to tell me. When people come and say, Prabhu, the class that you give was wrong. I'm just giving an example. You are trying to teach me. You know, what are the things I've tried? You know, what is my qualification? Then anarthas arise. Anarthas means unwanted qualities. We are all struggling hard to get rid of all these anarthas. Anarthas means unwanted or impure qualities. You want to get rid of all this. But when we start to have argument related to inconceivable nature, that spiritual nature or the service, anarthas arise. So we understand Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning that. So there's no anarthas. There's no argument. We are all serving Krishna according to our nature. And we keep it that way. And we serve Krishna according to our mode. When I was young, I can take the mridanga and go and do kirtan, Harinam Sankirtan. My record was 10 hours non-stop, 10 hours, 10 in the morning until 8 at night. Started at 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 p.m. We went every house. We were in great ecstasy. We didn't even feel the time running. I was playing mridanga until my hand swollen and start to bleed. I play, suddenly I feel, why it's better? Suddenly I saw, oh, hand is bleeding. But now, to do that, I cannot do it. Because at that young age, when I'm vibrant and this thing, I can do it. But now as we get older, we can't do it. Right? But suddenly we cannot say, no, oh, you can do it when you're young time. I cannot say, you young people, why cannot do it? When I'm young, I can do it. No, we don't do that. So we just try to inspire each other. Prabhu, Mataji, you're doing the service you're doing is fantastic. I know Krishna will very love it. Inspire each other and compliment each other in little service that you perform. That is what a devotee association is all about. Just like how that when the building of this bridge, Ram Setu bridge, right? All the monkeys were carrying big boulder, but one small what they call squirrel tried to push a little pebble into the sea, trying to serve the Lord. So Hanuman will be telling, hey, you go away before I step on you. We are carrying big boulder, you are carrying little bit. What is it? They all made fun of him. Just had some light moment. But Lord Ramachandra was very pleased with that service. And he took it in his hand and started to try to sayang the guy. What do you call that? The thing just like at the back, He did that. And imagine a little seva and that squirrel got the highest benediction. I mean to be carried by the lotus hand of Lord Ramachandra and patted on his back. So like that. So we encourage each other. And all this we have to be careful, because when you talk about Kala in material concept of life, there is thing called past, present, future. Right? We may have a past bitter experience. And that bitter experience determine my action today. And in the future, I don't trust any of these kind of people because I have that bitter experience. All right, we have the three modes: past, present, future. But when it comes to spiritual life, when you try to serve under the inconceivable, when you try to serve Krishna, we try to please Krishna, there's only one eternal time. There's no past, there's no future, and there's no present. At this moment, I am serving Krishna, and that's it. And every moment I'm serving Krishna. Moment after moment. After this 1 hour, the next hour. You just go on serving Krishna, and there's nothing to think about past, present, and future. Okay? With this thought, we end the session here. And tomorrow we will discuss on the fifth reality. All right? The fifth reality, like that, got 9 realities. And as we go on, it's going to be even more and more intense and more exciting. And we can have more and more self-realization. So my gratitude to each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity to discuss along with all of you, because this is an opportunity for me, right, to go in depth studies on this subject matter. So now it's 11:07. You have any questions or any comment? Hare Krishna, Mataji, Mataji. You are my greatest inspiration. No, your inspiration really very addictive. Whenever I think about you, only one thing I remember: your big smile during the Sankirtan that I can never forget. That shows ecstasy. That shows that even you from a different background, but still you have that chit potency, the spiritual potency within you. Right? Krishna is Satchit Ananda Vigraha, and we are also Satchit Ananda Vigraha. But of course, that is huge, and we are only minute particle. Okay, anyone else? If not, we end the session here. And tomorrow is Shivaratri, if possible. Fasting is not the main thing, but the most important is to perform sadhana, chant Hare Krishna, and read your Bhagavad Gita, read all the books and this thing. And if possible, I think it's kind of over-endeavoring, okay, a prayasa. If possible, maybe we can meet up at night. We can stay awake the whole night, not the whole night, maybe from 12 midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a very auspicious time. So we can discuss. Anyway, just think about it. I've just thought about it, and maybe we'll discuss that in the group. All right. So till then, have a beautiful day. Today is Wednesday. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Until we meet again tomorrow, have a nice day. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpaturubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditanam pavenebhyo vaishnave vayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Thank you. Have a nice day. Go Randa.